All right, back on the Stone and Digital Dave radio show. Hey, Digital Dave, you weren't on vacation during this time, so you didn't really have the opportunity to give your opinion on something that's been happening in the news in the last several weeks. It's kind of died down a little bit. But what were your feelings on Trayvon Martin, the Trayvon Martin and George Zimmerman case?
Well, here's what I think on the Trayvon Martin situation. It's a sad, sad situation. I believe it's excessive force, and Zimmerman must go to jail. I mean, I don't think Trayvon Martin was an angel, but I don't believe that Zimmerman was just out to kill a black kid in a hoodie. So it's just like a terrible, terrible mistake, and Zimmerman overreacted. He may have thought his life was in danger, but he overreacted and killed a semi-innocent kid. Because you really weren't there, and you don't know what happened. And the kid could have been a little aggressive, but even if he was, no one deserves to get killed over a fist fight.
And I'm going to agree with you 100%. And I know the media from the left and the right are trying to make this a major, major racial issue. But the bottom line is this. Zimmerman should have been arrested without doubt because this young man lost his life. Because if you just kind of backtrack a little bit, when he was out there calling when he was speaking with a 911 dispatcher, and the 911 dispatcher said, don't follow him. I mean, Zimmerman gave him the description and said, oh yeah, I'm suspicious of this individual. The 911 person, who's a dispatcher, yes, it's an hourly person, but they're somewhat trained. And I don't know if it was a police dispatcher or not, but if it's an hourly dispatcher, they're kind of trained on how to react and respond to things. Once they said to Zimmerman, don't follow him, Zimmerman should have stopped, maybe just observed him, but Zimmerman, it sounds like to me, kept following the individuals. And that's when the confrontation occurred. And that's why you have to look at this as Zimmerman has a good amount of guilt here, and he should have been arrested.
I agree totally. The excessive force, he's not a policeman, and he shouldn't have had a gun. I mean, who does neighborhood watch with a gun?
Right, and now make sure. Right, now have a quick.
He must be living in Florida or something where.
Now I have a quick question for you. Now this is hypothetical, but let's say that Zimmerman didn't have a gun, or let's say he did have a gun, and let's say he thought or saw a gun being carried by Trayvon Martin. It makes you wonder, would he have pursued or waited for the police to get there? I mean, personally, once again, it's a hypothetical situation, but I think he would have waited or backtracked until the cops got there. What do you think?
Possibly, because you don't want to shoot out and, you walk away from a situation like that. Unfortunately, Trayvon didn't know or didn't realize the guy had a gun, and he was a little too aggressive. And so I don't know where race just comes in, because Zimmerman, although saying Zimmerman, he looks like he's, Hispanic.
Well, I think...
Is there a beef down in Florida between the blacks and the Hispanics? I don't know of it.
No, I think the thing is, he's a Caucasian. He has a Caucasian father, and he has a Spanish mom, and usually Zimmerman would be a Caucasian. But in this aspect, he looks a little dark, so they're labeling him a Hispanic now.
Well, he looks Hispanic. I mean, let's face it. If he looks Hispanic, you can't call him a Caucasian. Although maybe, he's half and half, two different races, it doesn't matter. It's perceived as Hispanic. Now, I don't know, maybe he was raised a racist by Zimmerman, his dad, and he was looking to, mix it up with a black kid. But I'm telling you, Trayvon Martin probably was no angel here. And if you see somebody's bothering you and following you, say, look, don't follow me, I'm not doing anything, leave me alone, call the police yourself. You don't have to confront anybody and be Mr. Tough Guy. You can walk away.
All right, but once again, we really don't know what happened, and maybe Zimmerman could have been the aggressive in this aspect. We don't know that.